he's stone-faced, but then he mentions how he misses Reno.
The contrast between those two Turks is pretty golden. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but also think about poor Rude here. Like, he's a consummate professional, and he's on double babysitting duty.
Yeah, and he laments the fact that Reno is not with him. He says, I miss you, partner.
Well, okay, so I wanted to point that out because that's actually more significant than I think people realize.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rude says the line to himself.
Wish you were here, partner.
And it seems pretty clear that he's talking about Reno, who must still be recovering after he beat him up, I guess, way back in the Sector 7 plate battle. That was when we beat him up.
That's what they're saying.
And I think Rude and Elena actually mentioned that he's still on the mend when we run into them in the Mithril mine.
So tell me about Reno. He holding up okay?
He's been through worse. He's been instructed to take some time to himself. To relax. Recuperate.
So that's who he's talking about. But I think there's actually more significance to this line than it appears, which is actually really cool. So I think the writers put this line here to pay tribute to Keiji Fujiwara. Now, Keiji was the Japanese voice actor for Reno.
Soldier? Moto soldier da. Arama. Makuno.
And he died of cancer 2 days after Remake was released.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, apparently he's a big voice actor in Japan, like has a lot of fans. And he died just 2 days after Remake was released. And apparently his death is also why we don't see much of Reno's character in Rebirth at all. So Square Enix said that they wanted to continue to use Fujiwara's voice for Rebirth, even though he was gone, right? So they ended up using old recorded lines, and then they limited his screen time to make it work. And I think that this line is homage to him.
Wish you were here, partner.
Whoa, that's cool. Isn't he more present in the original? Isn't Reno there more than he is?
In the original game, which I'll mention later,
Interesting.
the Turks aren't here for this whole scene. So they're adding this whole thing in there, right? So it's interesting. I really think that's why they put that in.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think they wrote a line in there in dedication to him.
Pretty cool.
Which is cool. Yeah.